Well, the year was 1944, the winter. The place, the Belgian city of Bastogne, beleaguered, besieged, refusing to surrender. Here, American troops write an unforgettable chapter in military history. And here, too, the American General Anthony McAuliffe, of the 101st Airborne Division, replies to a German surrender demand with just one word: nuts. The word and deed are both recorded in the annals of this awesome chapter of World War II, the Battle of the Bulge.
This is the Ardennes Front, 25 miles east of Bastogne. On December 15th, 1944, 6 American divisions are thinly stretched along the rugged 85-mile sector. The GIs call this the Ghost Front, a cold but safe, peaceful place to spend Christmas. Half of the men, exhausted in battle, have been sent here to recuperate. The other half are brand new, sent here to be lightly tested in combat. They patrol a quiet front. Since D-Day, the once great Nazi war machine has been completely routed, chased back here to the German border. GIs and generals alike are confident Hitler's empire will soon collapse. Total victory seems near. Twice in the past, Germany has invaded West Europe down this road, in 1914 and 1940. Now Hitler plans a third invasion, a dying Germany's last desperate gamble. 3 powerful armies, secretly assembled, are poised to attack the peaceful Ardennes on December 16th. Hitler plans to reach the Meuse River in 2 days, capture Antwerp in a week. If successful, the greatest turnabout in military history. Says Hitler, "We gamble everything now, we cannot fail." Waves of German infantrymen exultantly sweep forward. Hundreds of Nazi spearheads pierce the completely surprised American lines. Hitler has ordered his men to stage a Rabatz against the Americans, an orgy of cruelty. Near Malmedy, his order results in massacre. 84 captured GIs are shot down by SS men as they stand helplessly in this field. These are Americans, their legs strapped tightly to keep them from escaping. All along the Ardennes front, GIs fall back from the relentless German attack. As Hitler boasted, the surprise is complete, devastating. Now exposure of a new Nazi terror, American uniforms found in a Nazi tank. This is a German caught masquerading as a GI. His mission has been to breed confusion and panic behind American lines. He and others like him are treated as spies. The alarm is spread. Trust no one in American uniform. The old passwords are ditched. Sentries now ask, who is Mickey Mouse's girlfriend? Many the suspect answers, okay, he's GI. Even ambulances can hide the masquerading Germans. But not this one. These are Americans.
The German 5th Panzer Army has made a complete breakthrough. Its commander, General von Manteuffel, now sees only one important barrier between his tanks and victory: Bastogne.
Manteuffel gives the job of taking Bastogne to General Heinrich von Luttwitz. By midnight of December 18th, the three divisions of Lüttwitz are only 8 miles from Bastogne. Take it at all costs, he orders. Otherwise, it will remain an abscess on our line of communications. Bastogne, possible abscess, key to the Ardennes. A dozen important highways and railroads extend from it like spokes in a wheel. Here, the battle will be decided. A race to Bastogne begins. A combat command of the American 10th Armored Division forges slightly ahead of the Germans. With luck, this 1/3 of a division will reach the town several hours before the Nazis. Meanwhile, 120 miles west in France, an airborne division, the cracked 101st, is rushed by truck to Bastogne. The 10th Armored men win the race, beat the Germans to Bastogne. General Troy Middleton, commander of the U.S. 8th Corps, orders them to fan out in front of the town. Mission, to delay the Nazis until the 101st arrives from France. General McAuliffe, deputy commander of the 101st, reaches Bastogne ahead of his men. Nazi tanks cut all roads above Bastogne. As terrified Belgians try to escape to the west, the Germans are circling behind Bastogne, cutting off their retreat. The 101st Airborne men finally reach Bastogne, just in time, for the tiny defending task forces of the 10th Armored Division are being overwhelmed by the invaders. Bastogne is cut off on 3 sides, east, north, and west. Further reinforcements can now come only from the south. Nazi tanks surge toward the last open road to Bastogne. Only 1 more mile to go. The German pincers begin to clamp around the town. GIs get the word. Panzers. Bastogne is surrounded. Fire in all directions. On December 21st, the Germans press in on surrounded Bastogne. By December 22nd, the situation is desperate. The defenders fall back yard by yard. In grim jest, those who survive call themselves the battered bastards of Bastogne. Many do not survive. Suddenly at 11:30 a.m., German fire ceases. Nazi General von Lüttwitz sends an ultimatum to Bastogne. Immediate surrender or total annihilation. Several hours pass. Finally, General McAuliffe, now commanding all troops in Bastogne, gives his answer. Nuts. The entire town and its gallant garrison will be destroyed unless help arrives. Far to the south, General George Patton, Jr. has, 3 days before, received orders from Eisenhower to relieve Bastogne fast. He tells Eisenhower, "I'll be ready to attack in 48 hours. He must first turn his entire Third Army 90 degrees to the north and race 100 miles over icy roads. It seems impossible." Patton's army, tanks and foot soldiers, does the impossible. In 2 days, they're ready to attack. But the Germans who now stand between them and Bastogne are also ready. Only 19 miles from Bastogne, the Third Army advance is slowed down by the coldest winter in 20 years. Foot by foot, the GIs advance slowly, painfully, toward Bastogne, against cold, ice, snow, and determined Germans. In surrounded Bastogne, it is even colder. Casualties mount and supplies diminish dangerously. There's only one way to supply Bastogne, from the air. The planes are long overdue. Where are they? The planes are grounded. Loaded with supplies, they wait for clear weather. Pilots volunteer to take off in spite of fog, sleet, and snow. No planes for Bastogne today. By the morning of December 23rd, the surrounded men of Bastogne think they've been forgotten. Time is running out for them. So is food and ammunition. And medicine. The weather has cleared. Where's the Air Force? Everyone asks the same question. Out of machine gun ammo here. Where's the Air Force? No grenades here. In every foxhole around Bastogne, the men wait, wonder, and ask, where's the Air Force? Then, later that morning, the Ardennes skies are clear for the first time since Hitler's attack. C-47 transports drop hundreds of gaily colored parachutes. Here at last are mortar shells, hand grenades, machine gun ammunition, gasoline canisters, radio batteries, winter clothing, plasma, bandages, food. A Christmas present from the Air Force.
Replenished with ammunition and food, the GIs returned to their positions around Bastogne. Alarming reports of full-scale Nazi attacks come from all sides of the perimeter.
It is Christmas Eve. It is quiet, too quiet. A new Nazi terror weapon is used, giant searchlights, artificial moonlight, to probe the Bastogne defenses. GI box holes and gun emplacements are exposed. By dawn, the terrific German barrage has knocked out the American front line positions west of Bastogne. Now Nazi infantry and tanks begin to break into the suburbs of the town. The Nazis are finally stopped only 2 miles from the center of Bastogne, but the next attack may crash through. The Third Army is coming to the rescue. In a sudden, brilliant flanking thrust, Patton finds a hole in the German wall. He is now only 10 miles from Bastogne and moving up fast. Surprised Germans frantically try to seal up the hole. Patton's armor plunges forward. It is a complete breakthrough. Many Germans surrender. Patton's infantrymen advance through the breach made by the armor. The Third Army, men and tanks, closes in on Bastogne. December 26, 1944. Patton's tanks enter Bastogne. There is no time for celebration. This is only the spearhead of the Third Army attack. At last, GI infantrymen approach the edge of Bastogne. There's the dirty, deadly job of mopping up behind the tanks. The does reach the center of town. Now the rescue corridor is safely shored up. The siege of Bastogne is over. Patton enters Bastogne and orders his men to turn east and drive toward Germany. There will be a month's hard fighting before the greatest pitched battle on the Western Front, the Battle of the Bulge, is finally won. In another part of the town, General Maxwell Taylor, commander of the 101st, congratulates his deputy, Anthony McAuliffe, the man who directed the stubborn defense of Bastogne. Within 4 months, this victory will lead to total victory in Europe.
Bastogne was just one episode in the great campaign we now remember as the Battle of the Bulge. Over 500,000 GIs fought in that enormous and costly campaign. 19,000 of them died. And there, too, in the frozen Ardennes, died Hitler's last great dream of World War II.